Right then.
Right then. Welcome to the strangest live ever.
It
This
is
our first ever outside broadcast. I know you probably think this green screen behind us is like quite impressive, but it's real.
It is. We were just sat in our camper and the signal's been going in and out. And I was thinking, oh my God, 10 minutes to go. And we thought we've got to get outside because the signal's better. So we're sat outside now. It's just been pouring with rain, but hopefully we'll stay dry under the awning and be able to have a chat with you for the next hour. So give us a thumbs up if you can hear us okay. It looks like the signal's good. So, but if we do come in and out, then we do apologise. It's not our fault. It's the Mosswood camping site's fault. But we're here. We've travelled about how many miles? 175 miles north.
175. It rained all the way here.
Yeah.
Yesterday, actually, the weather was nice, and we've been actually out in Morecambe Bay today,
yes.
And the weather was lovely. And Carole said, "Oh, luckily, there's no way it's going to rain tonight, so it'll be lovely." And the closer we got back to the campsite, the worse it got, to the point where it was torrential.
It is. But anyway, it's stopped now, so you can, because we thought you couldn't hear because of the rain. But anyway, Sean messaged earlier to say he couldn't make it because he's got a busy night. But Jack's here. It's always lovely to see Jack. So thank you for coming. And we've got Darren's in and Ken's here and Amy's made it as well. So that's great. So I'm in time from work. So if you've got any questions for us from our Las Vegas trip last week, to cruising, to travel, to what's it like going away in a motorhome, then just put the questions in the comments. Make sure you write question in capitals before you write what question it is so that we can spot it. I just think I've met a midge.
And I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm looking at the Wi-Fi signal and it's now down to the very bottom one. And we're now surrounded by little natty fly type things.
Can you see the little midges?
So if you think we've gone mad and we're like doing some new dance.
But anyway, Scottus is in the house. Now, Scottus, we're catching up with him. He lives in this area. He kindly is invited to take us out tomorrow, and he's taking us maybe to the Las Vegas of the North, isn't it?
Maybe.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'll let you carry on anyway.
Are you off?
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
No. What are you doing?
I'm going to get a candle to get rid of them midges.
Oh, he's going to get a citronella candle. Yeah, there's all these little midges around. Anyway, so lovely to see you, Scottus, and we'll see you tomorrow. And we're looking forward to that. So, and the forecast looks really, really good. So after all the rain that we've had, hopefully that'll be brilliant. So Emma says a little bit out of sync, but I'll just pretend you're a ventriloquist. Ah, brilliant. So Morris is here, so that's fab. Nice to see you as always, Morris. So a bit hit and miss, but okay. And Emma said she got soaked today. The weather in the UK at the minute, it's the middle of May. We should be having decent weather by now. But the weather is just 1 minute you're sat and you're sweating because it's so hot. And the next minute it's just torrential rain. So Sherry's asking, have we recovered from Las Vegas yet? Do you know, I've really struggled this time. Paul, not so much. He's had about 3 days of good sleep. But last night was the first night like that I've slept through, and I don't know what it is about being in the camper. We're finally there, aren't we, Polly? We've got a candle, citronella candle. Do you want to just pop it there? Oh dear. So people say that they can hear us, Polly, but it's a little bit hit and miss. But we'll just have to go with it.
Okay.
So Sherry's just asking, have we recovered from Las Vegas yet?
No.
You've been better than me. Las Vegas was so much fun. If you ever get the chance to go. It's the wildest, wackiest place I think we've ever been to. It's just in your face. And
remember, we're from the Forest of Dean, and it's still the weirdest place we've ever
been. So if you do get to go, definitely do. We'll definitely go back one day, I think. Well, not for a while, but I'd like to see it again in a few years' time. Renard said the picture's a bit dodgy. So, but Corinne's here, so hi there. And Kath is here from a wet Surrey there. And Kath is here from wonderful Orlando.
Oh, I bet it's nicer in Orlando than it is here.
Yeah, I bet. And Kevin B's here, so it's always lovely to see Kevin. Hello from the colonies. Cheers. So we've got how was Vegas? My dad went last year, so it was really expensive. It was expensive. It was really, really expensive. So if you are planning to go to Vegas, you need to budget wisely. We found towards the end cheaper places to eat and drink, didn't we? Because the hotels are expensive. I would recommend anyone go to Vegas, head towards the Link, because there's a few bars there that were cheaper than actually on the main strip.
But still, to put it into perspective, we went into sunny Morecambe today.
Yes.
And I bought a round of drinks, and there was 5 of us in the round, and we all had an alcoholic beverage, and it was approximately the same price as what it would have been for 2 of us to have a drink in Vegas.
Yeah. Who'd thought we'd never moan about the drinks of prices in the UK?
We want to go to London to get a cheap beer.
So we did have a great time in Vegas. Let's just see. So Magic Ian Shaw's here. So hi, Andrew and Ian. He's gone off on his travels, but sends a hello. Kung Fu fighting dance to scale off the midges.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we had a video done with. Ian did a magic show for us in our cabin, and he's now working on NCL, I believe, isn't it? Andrew, if you can just, I know he was talking about going on NCL. So, midges, you may have to cut this short. Bob and Holly are here, so it's always lovely to see Bob and Holly. So we've just been chatting on Facebook. So Andy and Carla asked, I've seen ads for a new cruise line called Explorer. Do you know about them? They look quite expensive. Now, I did see something about Explorer. It does look a very sort of...
I think they're a bit sort of Oceania type, that sort of end of the market, I think.
But if anyone's in the comments knows more about it than we do, then please do say, because I can't remember who was talking about them.
I mean, obviously they can't be that expensive because they couldn't spell Explorer right.
Well,
so looking at you because you've got a
midgie where
on your face, under your glass.
Oh, see, it started to rain again.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. So Michael's here. Hi guys, nice to see you both back from Vegas. I know the average demographic is higher in age for Cunard cruises. Being below 40, will we feel like an outsider?
Not at all.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's your age with Cunard. I think it's you embracing the formality and just enjoying a little bit of traditional cruising. So I don't think age is an issue. We've seen a lot of people, all different ages.
Yeah.
If you like dressing up and if you like just the grandeur of a traditional cruise, you will enjoy it. And there are times where you don't have to dress up. I think people think that you have to dress up every night. You don't. So don't worry about that. We've got lots of information on our website about Cunard, about the dress code, about the price of drinks, because the drinks aren't cheap.
The drinks are very cheap compared to Vegas. But
They are. But so don't be put off. And I say for all these cruise lines, people think, it's not going to be for me. Try it. Just do a short cruise and you might be pleasantly surprised. But I think just go with an open mind and embrace that experience, because I think what happens is people go on and say, I don't think it's going to be the cruise line for me. And they don't embrace it and they don't enjoy it. And it's like, well, you had the wrong mindset to start with. So can you still hear us with the rain pouring on the... Because it's quite loud, isn't it?
Yes.
But anyway... So, that's jumped. Let me just see. My things all jumped all around. So, I've lost my spot. So, Christy said it's soggy in Norfolk as well, but brightening up there too. And not all wonders watching from Vermont. And Michelle said, hi, Paul and Carole, you're my newly found UK vloggers. I love your fun personalities. Oh, thanks, Michelle. That's lovely to hear.
Yes, thank you. And normally our lives are a bit more professional than this.
Yeah, well, we love doing our lives on a Thursday. We thought we're away in the campus, so why not? Let's try it. But you can't guarantee, can't you, when you're on the move, what what it's going to be like. Ken says it's nice and sunny in Somerset. And Julie and Della here. So they've just been on their first cruise and loved it. And it was so good to get your message to say that you had a really good time. Travel with Johnny and Will, which we're going to be cruising with them soon.
Very soon, yes.
So we're looking forward to that. And Innocence Abroad is just saying that Las Vegas is straight nuts. It is. It's got everything there, hasn't it? It's just this cacophony of sound and lights, and but it is great fun. Scottish has just said you should have gone live from my lounge. We should have thought of that. Why didn't we think of that? Maybe next week we'll have to drive back down and do that. So Emma says, I've been before. I'd love to go back. It feels like a fake place. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's just all these basically hotel after hotel after hotel. They've got all these different personalities, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is as well, I mean, it is actually quite uninspiring in the daytime, even though obviously you've got the when you know, like the Venetian and places like that is quite nice to be outside in the day. But a lot of the places you can walk up and down, and you're not looking around thinking, oh my god, I'm in Vegas. But as soon as it gets dark,
Yeah.
you get all the weirdos come out.
Yeah, you do.
The lights come on.
Oh dear. So yes, so Las Vegas is a crazy place. So Tanya's here from Alabama. Wow. And Corinne's asking, did we get to see the coronation? We've seen the highlights because we were actually driving back from the airport, wasn't we? Actually during the coronation, and we love our royal family, so it was great to catch up, even though there's this is coming in and out by the looks, but no, we did. So we have seen the highlights. Yeah, so a big day for the UK, and I don't know if you can see. Yes, I hear us. It looks like it's going in and out. And we'll go to all the food halls. That's where the cheapest food is. And we ate at Panda Express. It was really good. It was about $12.95, wasn't it, for like a Chinese, two mains and a
three mains and a rice or a noodles is $12.95, which I thought in Vegas prices. But the one thing about Vegas, drink very, very expensive. Food is quite expensive, but they don't mess about with portion size.
Yeah,
you do get some serious portions.
And we love our food, but we were struggling with the portion. So we actually then, after a couple of days, we would just go down and ordering starters, and then that was often
that was
just enough. Yeah. So let's just have a look. So do throw your questions at us. I know. Let's see. I'm having difficulty reading some of the comments as well. So, and Susan's from Barcelona. Hello from a coolish Barcelona. We're going to be in Barcelona in the beginning of June, aren't we? You don't know. You don't know where we're going. No, our next cruise is on Morella Voyager, which we're really excited about. It's the maiden cruise, and we're going out of Palma, but one of the ports is Barcelona.
Well, there you go, look.
So we've got here. Hello from Orlando. Are you looking forward to another trip to Las Vegas? Or is once enough? Sin City, Glitter Gulch, Lost Wages. Or is it once enough? Once is enough for now because we've done it recently. But I think in a few years' time, if we are heading over to do another trip in the US, I would like to. Now we've done in Vegas. I would love to drive through the desert and head towards Yosemite. I can never say it. Yes. Yosemite. Yosemite. What's it called? Yosemite.
Yosemite.
That's it. I'm hoping you can hear. Sherry saying Las Vegas is very. It is very, very, very. What was your favourite place or thing that you enjoyed in Vegas?
Favourite place?
I love the Venetian.
Yeah, it's Venetian. Pretty spectacular, and Caesar's Palace as well.
Yeah, just walking through with all the gondolas and just it really felt quite authentic, didn't it? Of actual Venice. It was. I thought they'd done it really, really well. Caesar's Palace was just spectacular. But then I quite like the grittiness of New York, New York. That hotel was quite dark, and we were sat at one little bar, like a burger bar, and they had the drains with all the steam coming through, didn't they? It was great. That was a good place, actually. Hard Rock Cafe by New York. They had a nice bar outside where you could just people watch, and that was fantastic.
It's a veranda, wasn't it? So
yeah, it was like a veranda.
So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. William's in Thailand. Oh, we love Thailand. We're planning a return trip next March, isn't it, Paulie?
Yes.
We're in the throes of doing some getting back to Thailand, because for lockdown and before we did a lot of cruising, we used to go to Thailand every year for about 7 or 8 years, didn't we?
Twice a year. I think we've been about 15 times.
We loved it. Well, hopefully we'll still love it when we get back. So yeah. So thank you for joining from Thailand. Tina's here. Even though, sorry, I'm a little bit late to the show. No problem.
Oh, yeah, I miss anything. It's been mostly like just us buffering, really.
Yeah. Emma's asking, how's the Patreon Zoom setup going? Can't wait to join. Yes, for those that don't know, on our Patreon, we've added an extra tier in now, a sweet tier, so that we are going to do monthly Zooms with those that want to sit and chat with us for an hour. And we've had a few people upgrade and join, so we can't wait for Emma to join us as well. So so if you are one of our patrons and you'd like to upgrade to that, or you're new to Patreon or to YouTube membership, then do check it out. There's all the details in the description below.
But we do promise that when we do have our Zoom meetings with our patrons that upgraded, we'll have better Wi-Fi than this.
Exactly.
You'll be able to see our lovely faces in all its glory. That should
put you off.
We've just lost 2 Zoom members.
Sherry said that love seeing the Magic of Ian show on YouTube. Yeah, it was great. We felt very privileged for Ian to do that private magic show for us, and it's like, how did he do that? Oh. It was just absolutely fantastic.
We can't tell you because we don't.
We don't know.
And the first person I'd tell if I did know would be Emma's dad, Paul.
Yes. When our video when Emma Cruz's dad, Paul, who's lovely, we love Emma's parents, we get on with them so well. Paul was even when we were with Ian, he was just so fascinated about how he did it, and he's so frustrated because Ian wouldn't obviously let him know how he did it, because he's a magician and that's what he does. But that was so funny. And as soon as our video went out, Paul messaged, didn't he, commented like, I still don't know how he did it, which did make us laugh out loud. So Hox Travels is here. You enjoying the English weather? We are indeed.
Oh, great. I think it's actually no, it hasn't stopped raining.
It's looking a bit brighter.
For the 20 minutes that we've been on, there's been a girl riding up and down on her push bike.
Yes.
And it's absolutely piddling down the rain.
And a couple walk past and looking at us as if we're a couple of weirdos. But there we are. So, yes, Emma's just done a lot of content on Prima. So if you're interested in NCL, looks like a fantastic ship. So we've got to get on NCL, haven't we? Yeah. She's jumping around in the puddles now. I'm not trying to put us off or anything. So, and Emma said about Cunard, I've cruised Cunard twice in my 20s, never felt out of place. Yeah, exactly that. And expensive, double Oceania prices. Oh, really? And Oceania's not cheap,
we don't want to pay their prices. So.
No, we don't. Jackie said, hi, Jackie. Greetings from Indiana. I'm disappointed that you didn't try Segway Las Vegas while there. Do you know, we when you sent that message about doing Segway, we all looked at each other, oh my God, that's like just a disaster waiting to happen. And my niece, Georgia, who was on the live last week, she did it and she had a nightmare because she nearly fell off it twice, didn't she? And she couldn't work out how to do it at all. And when I looked at Paul, we're going to do a Segway. He's like, no, we're not.
Might as well just throw myself down the stairs and cut out the middleman, am I really?
Exactly, yeah. So Tom and Dom are here. So nice to see you guys. Cunard is great. We enjoy the experience. Yeah, we do. We're back on Cunard in August. We've got our transatlantic booked. So we're flying out to New York and actually sailing back, even though everyone says you should do it the other way around because of the time difference. But we wanted to spend a good week in New York, didn't we? To explore.
Doing it for my pre-big birthday.
Yes.
So this year, we're very, very fortunate that we're on a cruise for our wedding anniversary.
We are.
We're on a cruise for Carole's 65th birthday. 57th birthday, I mean.
Yes.
And we're on a cruise for my birthday. So, what a lucky couple of monkeys we are.
We are very lucky. So, Emma said our short cruise was for. It was. We had such a laugh. It was four-day cruise, and that's what Cunard do well. So if you're worried about Cunard, they do actually 2-day cruises. You can actually go from Southampton to Hamburg and fly back, or vice versa, and you can do 4 days from Southampton, Hamburg, and back. And they do those quite regularly throughout the year, don't they?
What I will say is a sort of a double-edged sword, because it's not really, because it's very, very short. You tend to get a lot of non-cruisers going on the cruise. So you'll get more of like a legitimate feel of what it's like if you do a week cruise. But I think when it's like, well, you can do 2 days, 4 days, and it's quite sensibly priced, people think, oh, well, we'll give, and they'll treat it like a bit of a booze cruise.
Yeah.
So it is a good taster for you to get a feel of what the ship's like and what it offers, but don't necessarily think that that's what it's going to be like if you do a longer cruise.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But I think that's key with any cruise line, isn't it? Short cruises tend to be more party orientated cruises. So because people just want, it's more affordable and people do it for just a taster. But it's a great way to try. That's how we started, wasn't it, really? Totally. So Janet's here. So really enjoy watching you. We're off on Tuesday to Niagara Falls, followed by a cruise to Alaska on Salk. I don't have heard of Salk.
I don't know whether that's a misspelling or an autocorrect, or it's the name of a cruise company. I don't know.
Don't know, but have fun. Niagara Falls on Alaska, amazing. Everyone said about the rain, saying it's you can hear the rain. And Emma says it's peaceful background. And Philippa's late because she was putting the bins out. That's the best excuse ever. See, our bins are on a Monday, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we're all right.
Every day we got something organised. Bins on a Monday. What's on a Tuesday?
Oh, you're going to start singing?
I thought it'd be like a Craig David song, yeah.
Yes, it's nice to hear the birds singing. It wasn't so much about 5 o'clock this morning, was it, Paulie? I think there was an owl or something, but we've got a lot of... but it's lovely being out in the countryside. We do enjoy that. And we slept well, though, didn't we? All through everything. It was lovely. So not all who wandered lost saying they'll be on Cunard July and to Alaska. But we're over 40. Third and second ever cruise. Yeah, I love Cunard. You are freezing for me, freezing in and out. Yeah, apologies for all that.
Yeah, but that was like 15 minutes ago.
The $10 Mickey Mouse on the street in Vegas is pretty scary. There's a lot of scary things on the streets in Vegas, isn't there, Paulie?
Oh my! I put. Just sort of in the interest of just a bit of fun, there's lots of ladies who dress up and they think they're seductive. Some of them were seductive, some not so much. And I put a story on Instagram and then I shared it to YouTube stories. And we got a warning from YouTube about explicit content.
Yeah. Oh dear, so we won't be doing that again. But no, there's certainly some sights to see, that's for sure. It's such a brilliant place for people watching. So let's see. So, we got someone from Beverly Hills watching. So thank you, Tech Wizardess.
It does say wizard dress.
So let's see. So Paul's here. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you fine in Cumbria. How are you enjoying it? I'm from Workington in Cumbria. I thought we were in Lancashire. Is that?
I thought we were in Lancashire.
Yeah, is that Cumbria?
I don't know.
We're not very good with our geography north of Birmingham, are we?
I'm not very good with geography north of my house.
No. So Jeremy's asking, are you both looking forward to Voyager? We have 2 weeks in June on Discovery and can't wait. We really are. It looks like, and it'd be great to experience that Morella have really mixed up some stuff,
Yes.
haven't they? I think from food options, they look like they've got some really good different food options. We know the entertainment on Morella has always been excellent, so we're going to be looking forward to that. We booked ourselves a little junior suite as a treat, haven't we? So it'd be good to experience that. We had a junior suite on our Discovery cruise down the Red Sea, didn't we? Which worked really well. So yes, so we really are looking to being back on Morella, because the last time we were on Morella was with Discovery 2, wasn't it? With the electric sunsets, which was really good.
Obviously, Carole, the signal going to Carole's brain seems to be dropping in and out as well.
I know. It's midges, isn't it? So Carole R's here. Always love to see Carole, our webcam queen. So I've not long come back from Queen Victoria. I love Q&A. Queen Victoria is beautiful. They are. Queen Mary 2 is very different from Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth. And in fact, I think for me, I prefer the layout of Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria because it's easy to find your way around. Queen Mary 2 is like higgledy-piggledy. I know we've been on air a few times. We do know our way around.
Yeah.
But it's not so straightforward, is it?
I just prefer the Queen's room in the middle of the ship. So that's...
Say that again.
I prefer the one with the Queen's room in the middle of the ship.
That's Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Queen Mary has got the lounge where they do the best cakes ever.
Oh, the Corinthia Lounge.
So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Well, they have the Corinthia Lounge on the others too.
Yeah, but it ain't the same though, is it?
No, it's not as good as the
it's
one
just
on the
like
Queen
on a
Mary
little
2.
side bit.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like that big lounge.
Exactly. So, Paul was saying he was supposed to be on the QMT on April, cancelled by, that was a gutter, wasn't it, for those waiting to go across, but a bonus for those that got on the Coronation cruise, which was a bargain. So I understand how frustrating that must have been.
Well, actually, Paul, it'd be interesting to ask you this question. When they announced they were going to do this coronation thing, did they give people who had their cruises cancelled first shout, or is it just thrown out far and wide? So I'll be interested to know the answer to that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know it sold out in like an hour or something.
It did. It was mad. We would have gone on that or tried to get on it if we could have. Raise a question off on the MSC Virtuoso tomorrow. Any advice? Yeah, just go with an open mind and absorb the beautiful MSC Virtuoso. It's a fabulous ship.
It is a pretty ship.
Go to Hola, the Mexican restaurant, which is fantastic. It is an extra cost, but the food we had in there was superb. Great.
And don't fall into the trap of ordering the giant, because you can do like an all-you-can-eat thing, which is, I don't know how much it is now, but it was about £13 each when we were on there. But if you do that, don't fall into the trap of having the giant plate of nachos first. No, because otherwise you won't be able to eat anything else. But we had some great food in there, to be fair.
We did, yeah. So just go enjoy. You'll be cruising. So amazing. So Sherry said she was in Barcelona in April. Palma, 2 great places. We're really looking forward to Palma. Last time I was in Palma Minnova was when I was on an 18 to 30 holiday with the girls. And that was just crazy mad.
A couple of months ago, wasn't it? 18
that was like 1980.
Even when you had 18 to 30 together now.
That was 1987. Yeah. And it was a wild, wild ride. So we've got Nico Manser. But yeah, howdy from Texas.
Necromancer, yeah.
Necromancer. Lynn's asking, would you recommend P&O over Morella cruises? Now, that's a difficult one because they're very similar. They're both British cruise lines, but they've both got very different ships, haven't they? And it's a very different.
Yes, what I will say, the thing is about Morella at the minute, there's no Morella going out of the UK. But when you book, and they're definitely more expensive than P&O.
Yeah.
But it does include your flights, and it is all inclusive.
Yeah.
So it's sitting down, doing your
Maths.
sums. Do you want a flight at the start and the end of your holiday? It's all that sort of stuff. But obviously we haven't done Morella for discounting the electric sunsets. We haven't done a proper Morella cruise for probably 4 or 5 years.
Well, no, we haven't.
So,
so be
and we've
interesting
done
to
a
see
few,
if it's
P&Os
changed.
in between. But it's a really, really difficult one to
I think
answer.
P&O are a little bit more traditional. I think they have a bit more Britishness about them. I think Morella is a little bit more relaxed and fun. I'm not saying P&O is not fun, but Morella seems to have it did have more of a buzz around the ship, and so it'll be interesting. But yes, it'll be great because on tomorrow we've got our review of Iona going out. And obviously, when we go on Morella Voyager, we're going to be doing a review of that. So make sure you watch that 6 o'clock tomorrow. We go through everything that we felt we really liked on Iona, and things that we definitely think need improving.
And we mean everything. So, like we start in the engine room, and we work all the way up to the funnel, don't we?
But yes, but that's a really good question because they both offer very British things. And if you do like sort of British traditional cruises, then both are a good choice. Yeah. So let's see, where are you transmitting from? So Mark, we are in
well, it's with the signal, it seems like we're transmitting from the moon.
We're in Mosswood Park, and I wrote it down because I said, where are we? We're by Cockerham. It's true, we are. Which is in Lancashire, not far from Morecambe, where we went into the day. We're with family. We're with Paul's brother and Nat and Al, and they're all in a caravan just there watching. Hopefully, they helped us set this up quickly in the rain because we lost signal in the camper. And we've got Dottie.
We've got Bruce, Dottie, and Trickle Pickle.
Yes.
Which, as you might realise, are all little doggies.
Yes. So, and we're away for 10 days, exploring Lancashire. This is our first campsite where we're staying for 5 days. And then we're moving up by Lake Windermere to a place called Skelwith Fold, I believe. Yes. So, so we're away in the camper, which we love doing. So we like to mix it up. Las Vegas 1 week, Lancashire the next.
Lancashire the next.
Mindy's saying don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yes, please give us a thumbs up because that always makes YouTube realize that you like seeing what we do. So that's good. Let's have a look. So Mindy was also saying that New York was one of her favourite to stay there. Great hotel, and think not as crazy or difficult to navigate. Yeah, and it's at the quieter end of the strip, isn't it? I think that's north.
Yeah.
Or is it the south? I think.
Well,
south.
I don't know north or south.
Yeah.
You know that. I got no.
So yeah, but and Auburn, Steve, Adventure Side, does Las Vegas compared to anyone else you've been? No. The nearest place I would say is like Disney World because it's got that feel about it because everything's big and brash and but Disney World isn't as crazy as Las Vegas.
No, I can't compare it to anything. It's just bonkers. It's everything I expected it to be and more. Yeah,
it was amazing. So I've been offered a free ticket to Japan next year. What cruise line do you recommend? Wow, free ticket Japan. Well, we've been looking at Japan and we've been looking at Princess, Holland and America, and also Celebrity do it. Now, Holland America looked to be the favorite one for us just because of the itinerary, because it did both the islands, didn't it? And it was so those would be the ones that we would that we've been looking at. We are going to get to Japan next year, aren't we? And we've got something in the pipeline which hopefully we can't share any details yet, but as soon as things are,
because it's a secret.
But we're hoping if it comes together, it's going to be epic, isn't it, Paulie Morgan?
Yes, it's going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
Dave's
asking, can I see a shot of your motorhome?
No.
We can't from here because we're behind there because we wanted to get closer to reception to get a good signal, ironically. But if you go to our Instagram and our Facebook pages, and you go to our stories, you'll see our motorhome because Paul started putting some stories, and we're going to put some more posts on of what we've been up to and what we.
Because basically we're wedged in between, so I'm pointing the wrong way now. Because
I think if you can see
this side So, don't let your wine over. You grab
There's
your wine.
Nat and Al's caravan, and we're the other side of that. And this is Paul's brother's motorhome. He's got a smaller, which you can't see. We're just by the door, so we're plugged in, so the computer didn't go flat. The traumas of going live on a campsite.
I know. We're gonna have to have all these bird noises when we do it from home now, aren't we?
We are. Jack is asking how much is it to be a member. It starts at £1 a week. So if you want to, you can become a YouTube member or Patreon. But for that, you get to chat to us in real time on a Discord chat, and you get early access to our videos and more. Just have a look, and you'll see what you get.
But do we prefer to join Patreon?
Well, no, you can join YouTube. It's easier for us to communicate to Patreons because YouTube's a bit bizarre because it doesn't let you directly message members. So if you join Patreon, it's just easy. We can message. But as soon as you join our Discord chat, we can message you easy anyway. Yeah. And we love our Discord chat because we talk to everyone there every day, well, every few hours, and everyone shares their travels in there as well. And it's great. It's a really lovely community. So do check it out. Dave's asking, did you do karaoke at the Flamingo?
I did not.
No.
No.
We've seen the flamingos, and I didn't eat one. If anyone hadn't seen our last one of our last lives.
I forgot about that. Yeah, yes. We did walk through there. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
the flamingos are quite old school, isn't it? It's it was great. It was such fun. Yeah, Scott is saying Emma Cruz is loving your NCL series. Need to give them a try. Agree, Scott. We need to do that. And
NCL was the first cruise we ever had cancelled at the start of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute bargain because it was 3 or 4 weeks before it was like literally book it, 4 weeks time go. So we had to pay the full balance because it was that close to it.
Yeah.
And we booked it, and about a week later it got cancelled.
Yeah. So we've not got on them, but we will. No. Scott is asking, did you do the zip line in Vegas?
Well,
nearly.
When we went to Fremont Street, and this isn't like BS, as our American friends say, I had every intentions of doing the zip line, but it was $70 for 15 seconds, was it? Or 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And I just felt that was a little bit excessive, really.
Yeah.
But, and we were going to do the roller coaster at New York, but unfortunately all the people with me were a load of.
Well, we went down to do it, and it was one day. It was so windy there, wasn't it? It wasn't working. No, and then my sister Jane was going to do it. I was never going to do it.
What this is now is a load of BS.
No. Let me just go down here a moment because I can see someone's given us a super chat. So Dave's given us a super chat. So Dave's saying, please get we're trying.
Do you know, Dave, before I read your comment, I was going to say, is that for us to get better Wi-Fi? Yeah. And then it says to get better Wi-Fi.
Apologies. Hopefully next week in Scale with Fold it'll be a lot better. So let's go back up to those questions there. Where was it? Segway is a great. Corinne said she did when she was 65. Well, fair play to you. Yeah, Scott said we're doing it the right way. Fly it and sail back because you bring back more luggage. Yes, shopping, and you can rest your aching legs and no jet lag. Yes, that's really coming back from Vegas is really hit us for 6. But obviously it's going through so many time zones, isn't it? Can you hear the kids playing? They're still jumping around in the puddles. Paul said 3 hours before we were due to embark and no one in customers to speak to. Oh, wow. I heard that there was offered of a 25%.
20, I think.
20%.
Which is scandalous, really, that close to there.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Paul. It is frustrating.
I think when COVID was in full swing, I think cruise companies were bending over backwards to try and do the right thing. But sadly, I think those days are now gone, and I don't think they'll ever return.
It's Tracy going to Suez in a couple of weeks. Can't wait. We had a great Red Sea cruise, didn't we?
We did. It was fabulous.
A lot of flies, so beware of that. A bit like here.
Even more than here.
But yeah, it was hot.
So take a candle with you.
Yes.
I feel like
make sure if you're going down the Suez, make sure you get up for a sunrise because I've never seen it. We've seen some fantastic sunrises. Well, not many because I can't drag Paul out of bed often, but I did for that. We got up at 4:30 in the morning, and it was spectacular, wasn't it, Paulie?
Don't remember.
It was spectacular. Tina's saying, thanks for all the info. No, pick my cruise my 60th. Wish we were all together and we could all celebrate 60 together. Oh, well, you have to message and let us know what you're doing, Tina, and we'll see if we're free. But we're pretty booked up. But and Lisa's here. Lisa's one of our new members. So lovely to see Lisa here. Just booked our first cruise in forever. Wish I could have found your channel sooner, as I fear we've made some rookie mistakes. Oh, thank you. So that's lovely to hear. Corinne said her bins were out last night. Can you believe we're talking about bin day? Maureen's asking, have you played your paper CD yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to do that yet. No.
Do you want to tell the story about the paper CD of Paul being gullible in Las Vegas?
Right.
We're saying don't be pulled in by scammers.
What we're going to do now is we're going to play Who's the Most Gullible game. Now, this guy came up and started talking to me. Oh, yeah, hey, buddy, how's it going? And before I even had a chance to respond, he put something in my hand, which turned out to be a paper, what he purported to be a CD. Yeah, I was on America's Got Talent. Do you want to give me like $20 for that? Well, no, I don't, mate. Oh, yeah, but, I was on America's Got Talent. But it's like a piece of paper. And then he signed it. He said, I've signed it for you, Zana. It's got to be worth $20. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you $2 just to leave me alone. So he was very disgruntled. Apparently giving him the CD back wasn't an option. But anyway, so off I went. So I'm stupid, apparently, for doing that for $2. Carole, on the other hand, she paid $20 to watch a dance crew perform what basically was a man run along and jump over 4 people, one of which was me. That was $20. It lasted about 4 seconds. So
I guess I won. Show said I warned you about those ladies. You should have put your Britney Spears on. Yes, you would have fitted in really well.
I would have coined it over there with the Britney Spears outfit on. Because I'd say something, even dressed as Britney Spears with my humongous cider belly, I was still a lot more attractive than a lot of the things out there.
Scott is saying you're in Lancashire, South Lakes, Cumbria next. Thank you, Scott. Isn't it mad we don't know where we are? Well, we do know where we are. Obviously, we're not that mad, but so let's see.
Well, it's good that Scotters knows where we are because he's coming to pick us up tomorrow.
Joanne loves to write. First time catching live. Well, thank you so much for coming to watch us. But do my first cruise on Discovery 2. Worried about what night dresses to take. Is it overly formal? No. Morella isn't formal. You can dress up if you want to, and lots of people do.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to, don't worry because no. Lots of people don't. It's a big mix. So lots of people off on Morella. So just to let you know, we are affiliates for Morella, and if you do want to book and you book them online, then do go through our website. It just helps us support our channel.
So if you go onto our website, click the TUI link, and you can book it through that, and it costs you exactly the same as if you book it direct with TUI. Well, you are booking it direct with TUI, but just through our link. Yeah. And then
TUI don't work so well with travel agents, so it's all mostly done online.
And if we sell enough cruises, they give us enough money to buy a cider, don't they?
They do. Yeah. Every penny helps. Yeah. Philip has just realised, with my QM2 Transatlantic rebook, you'll be on the same cruise as us. Excellent. It'd be lovely to see because we've seen Philippa on the QM2 last time, wasn't it?
It's the
Queen Victoria.
It's the 18th of August, I believe. So
yes, we're on the 18th of August.
You'll be able to tell us.
Al said, Alfie, QM2 there and back next year for us. We're over 40 though. Yes.
Only just.
Yeah. So. No, Philippa saying, because Philippa was one of the passengers that didn't get on Cunard. No, did not get first show to Coronation. I'd already booked for Britannia Fjord, so couldn't go or would have tried. See, that's shame, isn't it? Yeah, I totally agree, Paul. You should all have been given first option. That would have been the polite thing to do. That's
well, it would. Why don't
they think what the right thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Customer service, eh?
Michael's asking quite an interesting question. Do you have any price ceiling per day or per cruise that you would never go over? Or you go with the flow if the itinerary is worth it. We always used to say if we can get a cruise for around about £100 per person per night, then that was a real bargain. But it does depend. We've gone way over that with some cruises because it does depend on itinerary and if it was a special bucket cruise, which we've done obviously with Australia, which was obviously a lot more money. A bucket cruise.
A special bucket cruise.
Yes.
Not a bucket
list. Yeah, bucket cruise. But I think if you can get a cruise for between 100 and 150 pounds per person per night, then that's a good price. And we're after September, we've not got so much booked. We're going to be looking at doing. We're going to be looking at doing more last minute, and that will be.
Carol's been saying this for 2 years.
No, it's true. But what we got booked? Not a lot, have we? After that,
not a lot.
So so yes, so that's that. So Striker Maguire, that sounds like something off Top Gun, doesn't it? It does. Tom Cruise. Paul, you'll struggle finding a Thatcher's in Lancashire M8. What did you have today when we were at the Midland Hotel? Scott has told us about going to the Midland Hotel when we were walking in Morecambe. We had a lovely walk in the sunshine, didn't we?
There's a drama series on ITV called The Bay, and they do some filming around Morecambe. And we went to the place today where they have filmed a few things, but the ciders on offer were Recorderling, which is like a fruity cider, and Aspels, and I don't like either of those, so I had a pint of lager. I had a Star of Prava.
Sounds rather posh. Star of Prava. Oh, Morris met Sally on an 18 to 30 club holiday in 1980. Ah, brilliant.
That was the same year as you was on there, wasn't it?
No.
I mean, you were at the upper end of the...
I was about 80. It was when I was doing my nurse training. So we went between 1985, I started my nurse training, and I qualified in 1988. So so that was a little bit before.
And Ken goes cruising this then, if you'd like to go up. Whole last 17.99. Well, it was 12.99 when we were on there. So like everything else.
Ken was on the Cruise Monkeys group cruise. It looked so much fun. I'm gutted we couldn't get on that because it looked amazing. So, and Lisa saying, hello from Memphis, Tennessee. Wish I'd found your channel soon, as I feel we made some rookie mistakes. Still excited to sail on Silver Seas. Oh, Silver Seas. Wow. We'd love to do a Silver Seas cruise. We did a visit on a Silver Seas ship and it looked amazing. We was
on there for about 4 hours. That's all we could afford.
Paul's out. Oh, where is it? That's it. Great to see you both. Any further info on possible group cruise? Yes, there is. Where Dan's doing some work behind the scenes, talking to a few companies, and we're just waiting for all the itineraries to be out for June, July 2025. It looks like they should all be out in the next 2 weeks. So as soon as they're out, we will be able to then give you an idea of what we what we plan to do. So we just want to see, and we want to make sure that we get the right cruise at the right price at the right time, isn't it? So, Clarissa's asking, have you ever done a cruise from Dover? Been liking the Canucks vlogs on Carnival Pride, sailing there at present, and liking the smaller ship. Yeah, the Cruise and Canucks. We sailed with them early in the year, and we're sailing with them again. It's quite soon, aren't we? Which would be great.
Soon, yes.
We have gone out of Dover. We did a short cruise with Saga. We were invited on board, weren't we? To a that was Spirit of Discovery, and for us, Dover's the other end of the country on the south coast, so it's a long way for us to go. It's over about 4 hours, isn't it?
It's probably as far, if not further, than where we are now.
Yeah, so Southampton's far more convenient. Yeah. But yes, we would go if the right ship was there.
Right ship, right cruise.
And Carnival, like you say, Carnival out of the UK, they're not going out of Southampton, so that's your choice. So yes, if we wanted to go on that ship, we would. Our Carnival, I'm just started to edit our Carnival celebration vlogs, which will be starting hopefully the week after next. And guys, the Melbourne stuff, we've got a few people saying we haven't seen the Melbourne, our time in Melbourne. I am planning to do that, but I thought we put so much Australia stuff that we thought we'd give it a break and do that after our after another cut of the series. But it will come out.
We haven't
forgot. So Cruise Show UK is here, so that's lovely to see you. And Trace said, yeah, it's a Disney World for adults. Yeah, exactly that. I think that's a good description. Rosemary's going on her first cruise on Arvia. Oh, lovely. We definitely want to get an Arvia at some point, don't we? Yeah. What exactly distinguishes the British cruises from other US-based cruises aside from afternoon tea? Good question. I guess for us, it's just familiarity with food and
That's easy for you to say.
with what food's on offer. So for us, it's not just about afternoon tea, it's about getting a decent bit of bacon, a nice thick bit of bacon and a proper sausage.
And a cup of tea,
And
decent
a cup of tea, having a kettle in your room, having some decent tea, and a little bit more, I don't know, sort of traditional cruising rather than freestyle cruising. We love freestyle cruising, don't we? But we do love a bit of British tradition as well. So let's just Ray Griff said they've just sold their Swift Kentucky. That's what we've got in it, Paulie.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
We've got a very old Swift Kentucky 640, and it's 29 years old.
Yeah.
It's actually older than my son.
That's right. For not all ones lost. Why do it takes more than money in the Patreon? Yeah, they take YouTube membership. YouTube do take a bigger percentage than Patreon. That's right. So, but either if you want to join us, then either's good. So so Dave's asking as well. So when are you cruising with Oot and the Boot? That's funny. If you're watching the Cruising Canucks, or when you watch this, because the time zones don't work out, which is a shame. But we had such a laugh, didn't we, with their accents? They're such a lovely. If you're not following the Cruising Canucks, make sure you do. They're a lovely, lovely couple.
And they don't even know that they're saying a boot or oot.
Yes.
And if they say something, like if they exclaim something, so they say, "Oh, that was a great drink of cider, eh?"
Yeah.
At the end of it, which is like. So,
yes. But they're lovely. So we've got.
Thank you, Dave, for funding our Wi-Fi page.
Yes, thank you very much. So Chris is asking, we spent most of our motorhome life in the northwest Highlands of Scotland. Do you have any plans to visit? Do you know we want to do much more in our motorhome, and we've got plans to go again, haven't we? September and October, and we definitely want to get to Scotland. We've only been to the east side of Scotland. We've only done Edinburgh, haven't we? And up to Montrose and St Andrews.
Yeah, we want to try and do the was it the NC 500?
Yeah,
which we'd love to do that, but it's certainly not anything for this year. And our camper's so old, it'll take us about 3 days to get there.
Yeah, and Mark's saying no chance of getting the internet to Exit 2 and then mountain things blocking the signal.
Oh dear.
Right then, let's see, because time's ticking. That's gone quick, hasn't it?
The irony is, at home, we've got 2 Wi-Fi boosters. So what have we done with them 2 Wi-Fi boosters? We left them at home, obviously, where they're getting no use whatsoever.
Yes. Michael's asking, what's our favourite cruise line Norway excursion? I loved. Do you want to go first?
We did a rib ride. No, it's not a rib boat. It's a rib, because it's a rigid inflatable boat. So if it's a rib boat, that would make it a rigid inflatable boat.
It would. That's true.
So a rib ride, and we did 2, and one was like bonkersly fast, and he's like
was in Stavanger,
and really, like, we saw some great stuff, but he really made it an adventure.
Yeah. And
then the second one we did, it was more about the scenery and the information.
Yeah.
And it wasn't thrilling and exciting. It was very sedate, but thoroughly enjoyed both of them, but for different reasons. The
first one from Stavanger, if you ever cruise to Stavanger, it's you dock right in the centre. It's very easy, and you literally walk about 5 minutes, and you'll see the rib boats, and you can book. Definitely book in advance, either with a private with that company or through the cruise excursions, because they get booked up.
Yeah, but you can. The one we booked with, which was Cunard, I believe.
Yes. The
one we booked with Cunard, it was very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And then the second one we booked independently, but before we went, and it was
about half the price.
It was about half the price, and it was really, really easy.
Yeah, and that was in Skolden. But that was lovely. So yeah, if you are in Norway, rib rides are a great way to see the fjords.
But you also can be a good noddy train.
Yes, that's true. Olden, they've got like the if you know the noddy trains, or they call them land trains, or call them all different things.
Or choo-choos, they call them.
Yeah,
We call
that's
them
a good way
trains.
to just go. And we went to some beautiful scenery in Oldham, didn't we,
Yeah.
on the noddy train? So, have you got advanced registration with Saga? So, what has your experience been with it? And any so we haven't. When we booked with Saga, we didn't do advanced registration. So sorry, Trev, we don't know. But I know Saga does get booked up, and they have waiting lists for their cruises. So if you want to get on them, then it's well worth booking early. Sandra's here. Hey, lovely to see Sandra. Sandra's one of the guys that we met in Melbourne. I don't know if you missed it, Sandra, but we haven't not done our vlog on Melbourne. We thought we'd give Australia a bit of a rest, and we're going to bring it out. So because we want to show what a fab time we had with all you guys, because it was amazing. So lovely to see. But must be about, gosh, 5 in the morning. Is it 6 in the morning? Cruising Gaze is quite a good thing, actually. That's so thanks for that. Would say a big difference with P&O is no tips. Yes, that is a really good point, because people get frustrated about the tips, particularly when we're finding, and you'll see with our Iona review we're putting out tomorrow, that service isn't as it used to be, sadly.
But we don't want to give too much away.
No, so do watch our video, and we'll let you know what we
going
thought.
Live tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Exactly.
We won't be able to watch it, obviously, because we'll be here, so we won't have any say.
Oh, so Hoxo will start saving over group cruise. We pour in, it's just workers. Oh, so Carole will know the feeling in the past. I do. So yes, that's why we put 2025, because when we knew that people had a lot of plans already in 2024, and we thought it gives enough time to people to make the decision. And if you want to join us, then that would be great. So, ow, ooh, just my finger on the table. So Steve Wheeler saying, hi, Punko, Sumner, can I sit here cruising? Is that Steve? No, I'm thinking of someone else. Oh, so can I sit? I was thinking that's Wheels on Wheels. No, anyway.
I think the clue there is Wheels on Wheels, so his name's Williams.
No. Oh, yes.
See what I got to put up with?
Yes, we do love a kettle, Mindy. So, sounds like, I know they're playing over there.
If they had a ball out there, I wouldn't be here. I'd be all over that now.
So let's have a look, because it's nearly time up. Oh, Scottish has done the rib past the Seven Sisters waterfall. So that must have been Garanga, because that's where the Seven Sisters waterfall is. Yeah, I bet that was amazing. Fun. Yeah, so rib rides in Norway are a really good option. So Tina's saying, what dates are you cruising in September? Fancy joining me and Travel Blog Jamie on a 4-nighter? Ooh, let us know. Because September, we've
Despite the fact that this morning Carole's already made plans for us to go away in the motorhome at the end of September.
Into September.
Yeah, but that's what I know.
Oh, yes. That's true. I'm late. Good evening. I'm late. Someone's late because they booked another cruise for my birthday next April. Exciting, Karen. So, are the gnats getting worse? Yes, they are, Ken. This just gnats everywhere. It's like
what's got worse
citronella.
Is I've ran out of cider.
Oh.
So when he got,
Corinne said, "Are we getting bitten?" I don't know if they're getting bitten, but they're just annoying. So, we'll let you know tomorrow. If you see pictures of us on our social media with all these red speckles everywhere, then Maureen said she advises advanced registration with Saga. So and Sandra says it's 4:55. Oh my God, Sandra, why are you up so early?
That's dedication for
it. It is, but it's always lovely to see you. So Sherry's asking, when you're in extra group groups, be sure and say how Americans do. We are. We're very mindful of that, Sherry, because we know that we've got a lot of people that follow us from America and have difficulty getting on P&O and Saga, etc. So we're trying to pick a line that will be able to any nationality can come with us.
It won't be Saga, because the most of our our subscribers and followers are, you know, under SAG age because we're so hip and trendy. That's the sort of audience we attract, isn't it?
And Sally's saying we cruise first time much than Baston tips from including the drinks package. Yeah, and that's great, isn't it? Because everyone gets a bit uncomfortable about tips when you're from the UK. Americans and that, you're used to tipping, and we find it just odd. And it always makes it gets a bit stressy because you think, have you left enough? What should you do? And I don't need that added stress in my life. I just say, oh, what was that? Oh, it's oh, it's a toggle on my sweatshirt.
Carole just got scared by her own clothes.
So yeah, that's great. And Lisa's saying, actually, as an American, it's strange not to leave it to because you're used to it, aren't you?
What I will say, Lisa, is I totally agree with that. But with cruise ships, it's not a tip; it's an enforced tax that you have to pay them before you've even received that service. So usually the second morning, I know Cunard, the second morning you'll wake up to a bill which would be your gratuities for the entirety of that cruise, and that's what goes against the grain for me. It's not a tip; it's a forced tax for something that you haven't yet received.
I'd rather pay more for the cruise.
I'd rather pay more for the cruise. There's got to be some sort of tax dodge with it, because otherwise, why would they say, oh, it's £900 for the cruise, but it's £100 gratuities on top? Why don't they just say it's £1,000 for the cruise? So there's got to be some dodge. If there was somebody out there could tell me, I would love to know. But it really grates on me that they can force this charge upon you. And apparently Royal Caribbean, it's per cabin, and that even includes if you've got children in there, they have to pay as well, which I think is absolutely disgusting. I've got no problem with giving somebody a tip for good service.
Exactly that.
But giving somebody a tip for service that you've yet to receive, in my humble opinion, is wrong.
Sherry's just said there, and that's quite valid. I would love to not have to tip everywhere in the US. You see a tip jar signed by every cash register when you're just doing to get some breakfast rolls, which were crazy price, and you know you had to put a tip for someone just serving me at a cafe that hadn't even made the stuff, or I had no service apart from like me going to a shop and buying a pair of trainers, and I had to give them a tip. And it's like, no, if you serve me and we've built a little relationship up and we've had a lovely experience, then tip. So that was all. That really was frustrating.
Just to close off the tipping, when we were in Miami in our hotel, Carole said, "Oh, I'd fancy some crisps." So we walked into the little shop in the hotel. We bought 2 packets of crisps, or chips if you're American. We put them on the counter and went to pay. Oh, yeah, you have to put a tip in. And I said, I have to do what, sorry? He said, you have to put a tip in there. You have to put an amount you want to tip me. I said, so you were leaning against the counter. You've just turned round. I've actually gone and got the stuff myself and put it on the counter. And you now want me to give you a tip.
Yeah. Lisa puts a valid point, though. You know, people do count on them in America because we know that their wages is really poor.
The problem is because in America, and we've had this discussion before, there's no minimum wage. But that's not our fault. There's no minimum wage. And what we found a few times in Las Vegas is we had people who didn't give you any good service at all, and it's now an expectation that you're going to give them a tip.
Well, that guy got really funny.
He got really arsy with us because if we're going,
anyway, I think it's very contentious, and the hour's gone.
Just let me finish. So, what we as English people, we tip at the end.
Yeah,
we don't tip at the beginning. So we went to get a drink. And he got all arsey because I didn't give him a tip. Now, what would have happened if he hadn't got all arsey is we'd have had a couple of beers there, and then we would have left and said, there you go, mate, there's $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But because he got arsey, he got nothing. And we left the bar immediately after the first drink.
So
anyway. It was lose-lose for that.
Anyway, Grant said, thank you for the weekly laugh therapy.
Yes. So sorry for me moaning at the end. But
another interesting thing about tipping, as Sandra puts in, they don't put gratuity on the Aussie ships because
they won't pay it.
So they all refuse to pay it. Because we had a great conversation about this, didn't we, when we were in Melbourne? So yeah. Anyway, let's just have a look to see if there's any more questions before we go. Yeah, cruise and gate, and I totally agree with that. We always tip crew go over and above. Exactly, that's what we do, but don't like So let's have a look. So let's see. Travis said, "Love him, Paulie Morgan's tip rant."
Hey, I'm here to please.
Yeah, and cruising gates exactly. In Miami, you get state tax, city tax, beach fee, resort fee, gratuity. I know, and you budget for going on holiday. You don't think, well, this is going to be this much a day, and then you're thinking, oh my god, it's far more than.
In Las Vegas, our resort fee was $45 a day plus tax, which brought it out at $51 a day. So we thought we'd booked a hotel for a week. Well, I'm not, because Dan,
we knew this when we booked.
Dan explained it all to us.
We knew this when we booked. And Dan, can I just say,
yes,
we knew this when we booked because Dan got us an exceptional deal for Vegas. And it was just under £1,300 for a whole week with flights. And we knew there was a charge on there, which was $50, going to be about $50 a day. But even with that included, it was still a good deal.
Oh, yeah. But $350 a day, $350 for staying in a hotel for a week in basically a tax.
Yeah,
it's just. But
as it was, we didn't get our room clean for 3 days, which we thought was a bit odd. So Paul went down to reception and politely said, "Look, it's not the end of the world, but we're nearly out of toilet roll. So would it be possible?" And they were so apologetic, and the service, the guest relations were amazing, weren't they? Reception, and said, "No problem, for your inconvenience." They gave us $100 on our to spend in the hotel, and they also took 3 days of the service charge off, because we hadn't had the service that we were expecting. Oh God, what got in my eye? So when a hotel does that, you think, do you know what? That's really good service. Good. So anyway, I think we're gonna have to finish there because it's over an hour. Thank you so much for everyone joining us, and I'm really sorry.
You for persevering with us.
I'm really sorry that the Wi-Fi's been in and out. Like you say, we're hoping to go live next week. I will schedule it, and we'll let you know how we get on. Or if not, we'll be going to Scotter's house.
Yes.
So thanks so much for everyone joining. Make sure you check out our video that's out tomorrow at 6 o'clock, all about all our thoughts about P&O Iona, and we will hopefully catch up with you on next Thursday. So bye for now. Where is it?
There it is. Yeah.